when you were playing that record? What were you thinking?
Yo, you lost it. No, you didn't appreciate it. Oh, parfait, fort aussi, j'ai regardé. Ici. Okay. Allô.
What's good, everybody?
Welcome back.
Welcome back to another episode. C'est moi qui le dis, bro. Why you cutting me off? Okay, vas-y.
That's right. Welcome back to another episode. Something about.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hope everybody's doing good. Hope you guys enjoyed the last episode.
We have a sort of a new setup, kind of. We put the camera closer.
We're more
to
zoomed
us.
in.
Well, we're zoomed
Camera's
in.
closer.
Yeah, closer.
Yeah.
So maybe we can see our faces a bit clearer, I think, now.
Put comments below. If you're watching this on YouTube or you're listening to this on Spotify, you'll have the video available on both platforms.
Exactly.
So let us know what you think.
Yeah, and then see bit by bit, we're adding a bit more, expanding our brand, expanding like just some little things. I think the next thing we would like to have is like our label, our logo on the back of us, just right here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We have ideas for it. That's nice.
It wasn't yet decided what we're gonna put in the back of us.
Yes, I think what our next big thing we could do is lighting wise. So maybe comme dans pool, he has like a light just on top of us here. Maybe we can see if we can use that one and then change the light bulb. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
I hope everybody's doing the same, trying to figure out their life.
Exactly.
Making a move, planning, executing, getting better. So everybody's doing good.
Yes.
So how you been?
Good.
What are you up to?
What did I do this week? I mean, yesterday we went to an event.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Filipinos of Montreal event. I think it was Love in the Club. It was titled. Sir. Yeah, and I didn't even notice. So like the later at the night, it was kind of like an event in relation to Valentine's Day. Like there was like so many vendors there.
The timing was a bit off. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What?
Because I was like, I get it, but like, c'est même pas le 14. You can't.
It's the weekend before.
You can't celebrate something in advance. Comment personne sont dans le vibe de ça, tu vois?
But is it? Do you want it after? And I think.
No, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Quand je walked in, j'ai fait, okay, so true.
But to be fair, Valentine's Day kind of falls midweek this year. So it can either be celebrated before or after.
C'est pas évident.
Pas évident. But honestly, it was really fun.
I like it.
The setting was nice. People were like really into it. Honestly.
The vendors had cool stuff.
Yeah, really cool. And then
there was a variety of stuff. There's like art stuff. There was drinks.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
It was really cool. Shout
Music
out
was good.
To Sadie if you're listening to this. You're a really cool vendor. I love your stuff. But honestly, there was like people selling bubble tea, selling like everything. So there was even a vendor selling like little Valentine's Day like treats, like cookies and like.
If you waited till the end, the boba tea was free.
Yes.
So if you paid $7,
paid yourself.
Thank you for supporting the vendors.
Supporting companies, yeah.
But yo, t'as pris un L, bro.
No, mais en même temps aussi, if I'm helping you, if you're giving it for free and I'm helping you get rid of your stock, then I'm helping in so many ways. Yeah. And I was really close to buying one too. So, okay, but no, it was a really cool event, honestly. I really hope to do more because they had one in the summer we had gone to.
The summer was nice. The place was nice.
Yeah, so
the fucking lines was ridiculous, but
I think it's because like
it's a small spot and there was a lot of people, so I mean,
exactly
it kind of happened.
So maybe another thing if they do it again at that same place, they would be limiting. I don't know, like maybe less people. I don't know, maybe the vendors having more food because I know it was already like they were expecting that, right? So they were selling out so quickly because there were so many people. But overall, I think the best thing is the entertainment, like the DJs, the singers, like everyone. Really fun. It was really fun.
And it was the fireworks that day at La Honte, so it was kind of like a. Was it? It was.
Yeah, it was that one. I mean,
it was kind of like a. It was a good timing.
Yeah.
See, that timing was on spot.
Exactly. That's free fireworks. We didn't even pay for it.
Exactly. There was no fireworks in the party last night.
Yeah. I mean,
imagine dans la chambre.
We were inside.
Yeah.
So good time. So. Hopefully you guys have a good Valentine's Day. Honestly, I don't really care much for it, so we don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Do you want to do something?
Yeah, ça reste à voir, man.
Yeah, sure. I mean, either or, I don't care.
I mean,
you can buy me stuff.
We're gonna keep this podcast PG-13.
You can buy me stuff. Buy me
you know
rings.
what I mean? That's much deep plan.
The man has to buy.
I got plans.
If I ask my dad would be the man has to buy the woman everything. I don't have to buy you anything.
What?
This is it's rule of thumb.
Ton père, il dit ça à toi, il dit pas ça à moi.
You haven't talked to my dad in a minute. My dad is like, where's Victor?
Mais non, mais je lui ai parlé, man. Est-ce que tu lui as parlé pendant la game de hockey? Non. Moi, je l'ai vu au Centre Bell.
Damn.
Est-ce que tu as eu une conversation avec ton père au Centre Bell?
Damn.
Because I did.
No, my dad's a new man. Okay, so we can go right into the topics. We have a lot of like interesting things, I guess, like they kind of go into like very different directions.
Yeah.
And again, this podcast is about something about
Yeah.
anything.
Quickly
Yeah.
though.
Yes.
Yo, about that spy balloon.
Yeah.
China wants it back. China is like, yo, I know you shut down the spy balloon.
Yeah.
And they're like, I want it back.
Now China is like, whack, you shot down my thing. 2, I want it back.
Yo, China wants it down sparse.
But how? I mean, so I wonder how do they go about like being like? Did they send an email to like? I mean, how the hell? I
Yo,
wonder.
they had a
That
committee,
people-
bro.
Oh, and then China
They called the
does
news. They were like, yo,
claim
bro.
it was a civilian. So by civilian aircraft, does that mean like it was just a person like me and you, kind of like?
Right, man.
And then not
Apparently,
meant for
somebody built a
surveillance.
balloon that is supposed to go in the air and take pictures.
Then why did they want it back then? If it's
Wow, it was just a civilian.
is it like Google? Is it like Google Maps 6 pictures? Is
You
that
know,
part
it's
of
it's
Google?
not a spy. It was just a civilian, a Chinese civilian.
Yeah.
But you know, a Chinese civilian could be like working for the army.
What's,
It's,
is that, oh,
you know,
that's
you know,
like,
they phrased it really well. It's like still,
yeah. But it is. Oh wow, the balloon is huge. Oh my god.
yeah. C'est ça,
Oh.
c'est fou, là.
I was imagining like I don't know. And to be fair, from a distance, you see something's very tiny. So if you're like kilometers closer to it, it's like the moon, right? The moon looks small from a distance, but it's
Mhm.
humongous.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Same
Science.
thing. Because you see like there's like this giant like inflatable boat that's
Uh-huh.
going to pick it up like in the middle of like
Yeah.
some waters. I don't know if it's like the ocean or whatever.
Mhm.
And it's kind of huge because it's taking like la largeur, like
Yeah, of the
the
boat.
width
Yeah.
is just as big as the boat.
And it says it's
There's
depicted
like
up.
metal poles and there's like a camera. stuff.
Exactly. And it said they
Sus.
picked it up the coast of South
Yeah.
Carolina. And I think that's the first of the
Yeah.
2 or something.
I guess.
Okay, then I mean,
But imagine China staying like is like saying the truth.
mhm.
They're like, oh, I don't know. It's like a high school. They did like a robot exhibition, and the balloon just flew away because of some air currents, and it got itself to
Also,
the
it did
USA.
fly. Remember last week we were
Yeah.
saying?
No, but
if
I'm
it
just, I
flew-
don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, imagine if that was true. It's still sus.
I mean, like you said, like last week, like did it actually fly all across the world to the States? You know what I mean? It might have, maybe it went through the UK.
I think I saw something that said that
the
it
other
did,
side. Okay.
but I don't know if it's just I actually saw that or it's just my willingness
Mm-hmm.
for it to be true. It is
Yeah.
just making ideas in my head.
Again,
But
this
look
is-
at the aircraft they
yeah.
sent to like chase it
This
down.
is a
You know, it's
tax
business.
This is a tax dollar.
This is this is America, yo. You paying your taxes for a plane with a fucking
to shut down this balloon.
F-22 fighter jet
Yeah.
to go shoot at a civilian aircraft.
Like donate to more charities.
This is America, goddammit.
So I mean, good for them. I mean, I don't know. I'm not in the
Yeah.
government. I
But
don't
I
know
mean-
how big of a deal that was for them, but like maybe they had to take it down.
I mean, people were thinking that it was spying, so you had to.
Yeah, and I think to be fair, if I feel like if the government hadn't taken it down, I feel like civilians, people were saying like it's on top of my property. Let me, I feel like people were like on the verge of like wanting to shoot it down themselves. So maybe they had to. I don't know. Anyways, Spy Balloon is gone. Such a weird title.
I mean, we'll keep everybody on the loop, everybody updated.
Exactly.
Once we get more updates,
We'll see.
you know, we'll provide you the news.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, there's a thing like it kind of surprised me though because we have like a whole Google Doc and we put all our
Mhm.
topics for the week when we found something interesting, and I was surprised with the first thing you put in because I was like, where did you
Yeah.
find this? So
I think it was like a
elaborate.
Reddit or like I'm not sure where exactly I saw it, but it was just some a post about makeup, and basically the dude said like in 1915 a farmer saw his sister make her own like mascara with coal and petroleum jelly, and he was like, I think I can make a better product than that and sell it to like women and make money off of it.
Yeah.
And it become lucrative, and it became like Maybelline.
Yeah, Mabel.
Yeah, his sister was Mabel, and the base material was Vaseline, so they did Maybelline.
Yeah,
It's just kind of smart idea. It's kind of dope.
pretty straightforward, no? He's
Yeah.
like Mabel.
Exactly. You know?
I'm not gonna-
That's what it was. A simple time.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a
you know.
simple America, 1915.
Exactly.
I was making 25 cents a week.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, yo, I gotta make some money.
But now it's like the top. I mean, Maybelline. I mean, even if you don't wear makeup, you've heard about it. Like, what's their slogan? Easy be Maybelline. Nah, what?
Something like
Is
that.
it easy breezy beautiful? Oh, not CoverGirl. Never mind.
Yeah.
But I know they have a slogan. I've heard
Yeah.
on TV.
But basically, I was just
Yeah.
reading the article, and it was talking about like how the makeup, like the products themselves, like I'm not super familiar with all the terms, with like all the stuff you put on your face, but like basically that's saying that there's a lot of like toxic stuff in those products.
Yeah.
Like they were saying like there can also be preservative, parabens, neurotoxic aluminum powder, carcinogenic coal tar. I was like, the fuck is
Yeah.
this, bro? C'est quoi ça,
Right.
bro? Like, and then yeah, and it's just going back in time where it's just like started with petroleum jelly and coal dust.
And that's
And I
all
was
these
just wondering
things.
like
Uh-huh.
why like somebody prepared a product that's like petroleum and tar or in coal dust, and you're like, I'm gonna put this on my face. Like I was
Yeah.
just I never understood like because I never had that urge of like putting something on my face
Yeah, I think it's
like
just
a
not
like
into makeup, right?
no for sure,
Simple as that, right?
but it's
So,
crazy to
you
me
know,
that like it could be like bad for your body
hmm
and you would still put it on or like
exactly. It's like, because I think in general, I mean, realistically, when any product that we buy, I can look at the list. I don't even know what half of it means. Like you see, like color number 4. Like, what is that? I
yeah.
don't know. And that goes into things that we eat, even our clothing. They can have like dyes inside, right? Or
Then I see like recently there was like a clothing brand, the product would like could burn extremely like fast, like it was
yeah, I think,
extremely
I know like
flammable.
stuff like on Shein, for example.
Yeah.
Oh, there was this
No, but there was
whole.
like actually a recall. The
Oh,
company was
okay,
like, "Yo, if you bought this,
it might burn.
send it back, or you're
Yeah,
gonna die."
yeah,
You're like, tu
because
vas aller fumer une cigarette, pouf,
you're gone.
c'est just spontaneous combustion.
Yeah,
Puis c'est un hoodie, bro. C'est
yeah.
l'hiver, il fait froid, mais
It's a bit too hot in here. Right. But it's like, I did. There was a CBC marketplace. Video. I love CBC marketplace, by the way. Sponsor me. But
on
there
va
was
envoyer un courriel à la CBC.
thank you.
Yeah, guys.
But there was an episode, and they went about like, because basically what companies are doing, they're cutting corners, So 100%, they don't have to use like products that contain carcinogens, carcinogenics inside. But maybe it's cheaper than them actually using in a more expensive product, right? So they want to just produce. So yeah, so cutting corners or by like, I know like on Shein, for example, like, if you think about it, like how fast these products are made and how cheap it is. They're using like cheap plastics. Or like, I forgot all the details of like the products they're using. But c'est comme des produits là que like, they shouldn't even be. Let's say there was like a certain amount of let's say I think there was this product. Let's say come aluminum, for example. I don't know. Let's say how it's healthy to have about like 2% of aluminum per clothing, for example. And then they were scanning Shein products and they had like 75, and they were like, dude, it's come 10 times over the legal amount. But
Yeah,
we're
but yo,
buying these
bro,
things, but we don't know. Yeah.
I mean, la chemise est à 7,99 puis elle est fraîche, bro. Le design est fou, man.
Yeah, c'est vrai. But
Yo,
see,
tu
and then
comprends?
again,
Like,
it's hard to.
and you're giving me 30% off,
En
like,
plus, and free shipping. But
I
see,
get
it's
it.
hard, yeah, because like at the same time, it's easy to tell yourself you don't want to support fast fashion, right? I mean, it's the same thing if you go to Zara or H&M. But en même temps aussi, see, I know like things like Shein, they're bad for the environment, but
Yeah.
I acknowledge not everyone is able to spend that much money on like $50 on a single piece of clothing.
And at the same time, like salad is $8 now.
Who?
Salad is salad. C'est de la
Oh,
salade,
yo,
c'est
c'est
8
cher,
dollars,
bro.
bro.
I can't even buy
Pourquoi c'est 12 $, bro? C'est 12 $ pour 2 salades roumaines, bro. C'est quoi qui se passe?
No, c'est vraiment cher. Yeah, everything's expensive overall.
Where's the fruits and vegetable manager, bro? We're gonna scrap, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You think it's $2.99 per pound?
Yo,
What?
bro, I need you to explain to me why this is $12.
No, mais it's expensive. And I think going back on the makeup in general, like, yeah, it's crazy how we are putting these things on our bodies, and whether we're aware of it or not, we're still. I know makeup, for example, makeup powders and everything. When you buy like makeup powders, like let's say I'm buying like a fake version of I don't know. Let's say Kylie Jenner did like this lipstick palette, and I'm buying a cheaper version on Amazon. What? Not even secondhand. I can buy Amazon version.
Yeah, that's
Clairement,
what I
là,
mean.
all the
From
powders and
Wish.
stuff. The powders are the most toxic things in there.
Yeah.
But I'm buying I'm buying like a cheap version of it. Like I'm not gonna get the quality products. I'm gonna get cheap products in there. See, and then I don't know. I think like because I think you were wondering why like we put so much care because like in general like we're putting all these things on our bodies. It doesn't mean it can be men or women, just in general, right? And I think you're wondering like how much like why we care so much or like why people go through all these things.
Exactly. Like why? It's like the same thing with like like I just don't get it. Like what's the like why is it that bad that like this is what I look like. It's like I don't want to change. Like even if there's things I want to change, I'm not gonna go ahead and do it. It's just like ça vaut pas la peine pour moi. Tu comprends ce que je veux dire? So I just don't understand. It's like plastic surgery. It's what je veux
Yeah.
dire.
But did you see the Simon Cowell thing?
The who?
Check out Simon Cowell.
Salmon Kyle.
Yeah. The American Idol guy. So basically, it's
Oh,
crazy,
okay.
right? Yeah. Because there was this whole thing how he's had research. I mean, I think he's always been known to having a bit of plastic surgery. Yeah. To the point.
Mais non,
Seriously.
c'est pas ça.
No, c'est vrai.
Get out.
They've added a lot of again, I watched this video and they explain like why maybe certain things happen. For example, like let's say for
Wow.
example, if people use Botox, it's good over time. I feel like let's say a decade of using Botox, the muscles that's been frozen, ils vont commencer à lâcher plus vite than if you weren't using Botox, right?
Okay.
So you have to put more stuff into like I don't know. But en général, it's like when you're in like in the public eye, or just like I think just as a woman in general, right? There's always this pressure to look prettier, and the same people that will tell me like, oh, I mean, tell us in general, oh, you look better without makeup, would be the same people that will be like, well, you look kind of tired without
C'est pas
makeup,
vrai, man.
Yeah.
C'est pas vrai. Moi,
But there's some
quand
people
j'ai
like
vu
that.
quand t'as mis ça dans le document, j'étais comme, get this out of my
No,
document.
but
Because
some
I don't
people
say
that
it. But I don't.
actually that's not you, but
Ouais, exactement.
but you do know some. I can check any random person on the internet, puis I feel like I would find a steak anywhere comme ça.
Moi, je peux te juste dire
Yeah.
d'avance, moi.
Yeah.
Si à un moment donné, tu me dis, oh, je vais me faire du Botox dans ma face, là,
Ouais.
I'm gonna veto that. I'm
Okay.
allowed. If this relationship goes to the next step, right?
Uh-huh.
We're each allowed to have one veto. This is gonna be my veto. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
why?
Comme
You think I'm
tu sais,
perfect
comme
the
un
way I am?
président, bro. Ouais, mais tu touches pas à ta face, bro.
You think I'm perfect the way I am?
Ouais, man.
Thank you.
Tu sais déjà,
No, but
bro.
tu comprends aussi, like, these things are so deep, right? It's not everyone that is like, you might have been like really bullied when you were a kid. So, ça dépend de l'environnement. Maybe you have parents that were always calling you ugly, always calling you fat. So, see, remember ton environnement aussi. If everybody in your environment is like doing Botox, all of these things.
Vous avez
C'est
vu
ça, c'est l'influence,
t'as vu
tu comprends?
Madonna, bro?
Right? Because like, for makeup, for example, yeah, so I think the way I see makeup, I like it how I feel like it embellishes what I already have. Right? If I put like eyeliner, I feel like it makes my eyes like I don't know, even like sharper, but like in a
Ouais.
nice way. I feel
Tu veux te peinturer. Tu veux te peinturer
Yeah.
la face.
ouais, and I think I look cute.
Ouais, ouais.
Yeah,
No, you do.
oh, thank
You
you.
definitely do.
Thank you.
It's just, c'est pas nécessaire, c'est ce que je veux dire.
No, just so, but I think I don't know. I think at this point it's like it's a fun thing to do. I'm like, why not? I'm not the type of person that puts that much money into it. To be honest, I buy like I think I go through maybe like 3 or 4 mascaras a year. To be honest,
Mais c'est
I
quand même
use it-
fou, like, like
Yeah.
each sex has their own thing that they're doing. C'est comme,
Yeah.
les gars ils vont aller au gym ou tu sais, ils vont mettre genre des produits dans ses cheveux, tu comprends?
Mhm.
Faire ses cheveux d'une certaine manière.
But I would admit there's more pressures on women to look a certain way.
I don't know. I'm not a woman, so it's
No.
kind of hard for me to know.
But for example, like
Je sais pas.
yeah.
Maybe there is a lot of pressure. Maybe the pressure that's on you is
Yeah.
you guys don't like. It's your own pressure on yourself.
No, but for example, I think if I'm thinking like for example, okay, if you check ads on weight loss, the target audience is mostly women. The way that things are marketed is mostly towards women.
Yeah.
Just in terms of like clothing, styling, like
Is that
makeup.
correlation or is that a causality?
I think c'est un peu
Because
yeah. But think about
it could be correlated,
yeah.
but there's not necessarily like that's the cause.
No, but I think in general what's interesting is that the main
I get what you
people
mean.
creating all of this clothing, all the makeup, for example, the Maybelline guy, is like so men are mostly the ones making all of these things for women. So it's not like it's like us women like leading all of these things and be like, oh, this is with the intention of like embellishing our beauty. C'est plus des gens qui will be, oh, I want women to look prettier. I want them to have all these things.
But do you enjoy when
Yeah.
you put makeup?
I enjoy it, yeah.
So
Yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah, I enjoy it. Mais c'est ça, j'ai dit, honnêtement, des fois, I think about it sometimes if, I don't know if it's like so deep inside my head and from your growing up, right?
Mhm.
Come there's so many things like men do this, women do that.
Exactly.
Sometimes I wonder, do I actually like pink because I'm a woman or for example, like skirts? Do I enjoy skirts mostly because I've been raised on like enjoying skirts, or I think I just enjoy skirts, but
I mean, I
it's
guess
hard to
there's
nature versus nurture,
some,
right?
I mean, some people.
Mhm.
I mean, there's some women that don't
Yeah,
put as
exactly.
much makeup. Like you already don't put a lot of makeup, whereas some put more makeup.
Yeah.
There's levels, and
No,
there's
but
men
yeah.
who put makeup too. This is an open podcast.
Exactement. Honestly, I think
Safe
for
space.
me, I'm good with makeup. I think I don't put as many like layers, for example, just because I feel like I'm good the way it is. But see, people are allowed to feel. If people feel like they need a bit more, c'est comme ils veulent, right? But I think it's interesting seeing how, like, as women, we lead, like, most of them, everything in like other markets, it's towards women, but we have the least control over it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's kind of interesting. Like, if you check like Black beauty hair products, most of the people owning all these companies are not even Black. So but the thing is, like, yeah, so it's interesting to know that they have so much power about how much the Black beauty industry, or like hair products industry, is worth like millions and millions of dollars, but we're
Mm-hmm.
not even the ones leaning off that money. C'est ça un peu intéressant, c'est comme, yeah, so it's not really to our benefits. I feel like, so for example, if I'm doing something, let's say I own this gallery and I'm an artist, so I have the intentions of like supporting other artists. Compared to
Mm-hmm.
like, let's say you come to this market, you know nothing about art, but your goal is money. Tu comprends? So I feel like that's where things kind of go
Yeah, but I mean, it's
différent.
competition.
Non, c'est vrai, c'est
You can
ça.
you can change that like point of, not that point of view, but that aspect that it's controlled mostly by white people. That can be changed.
Oui,
You
ça
know.
be changed, but I think another extreme would be example for like abortion rights, for example.
Okay.
Most of the people passing all of these laws are mostly white men. Mostly. Si tu check les gens qui passent les lois pour ça and like making it like illegal,
Mm-hmm.
it's mostly men. Mostly men, right?
You hate to
But
see it.
realistically, if they're not the one pushing these babies, but they're all the ones making. So yeah, we wanted more women on these panels,
Technically,
right?
technically, it's my seed.
I decide.
You
Yeah,
cannot
yeah.
kill my seed.
I do what I want. Yeah. But you get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So we want women to go on top, but in order to get into these spaces, people, let's see, we want to be voted into these spots, but who are the people voting for us? It's more men on top. So again, I'm not saying it's all men always controlling everything. Mais en général, there are higher positions of power most of the
Yeah.
time. And then juste un peu, yeah. And then again, all the market is towards us. There's always marketing towards us. Comme par
Yeah.
exemple, si j'allais voir un
Shout
article,
out to all the people that are trying to
yes.
break this mold. I don't know who they are, but there's probably people out there that want to change that narrative.
Yeah, for sure.
So
We're
shout out to
getting
them.
there.
Hopefully one day you'll get there.
No, we're getting there, mais c'est.
La fois que tu m'as montré
For
là.
example, yeah, I think if you find, for example, this article I found, I think it's called the Harvard Business Review. It was an interesting article. I read through it, but it goes into like the female economy and about how, like I was saying, everything is mostly targeted towards us. And there was this quote where it says how, although women control spending in most categories of consumer goods, businesses behave as if they have no say over purchasing decisions. Companies continue to offer them poorly conceived products and services and outdated marketing narratives that promote female stereotypes. So, ouais, comme je dis à la fin, we want to be in, higher positions to be able to control all of these, mais c'est les compagnies, they've been there
Yeah,
for a
no,
long
I get
time,
that.
yeah,
I get that.
And yeah, so at FM, and again, how like it sucks that I'm using these products I enjoy and everything, and then the companies just are cheaping out on costs and they're putting the most harmful products in there, and then yeah, it's facile à dire, oh, don't buy this product, but I mean, what if I can afford it? It can be just different things, right? It can be shoes or whatever, mais en général, tu sais, c'est comme ça qu'ils font là, mais yeah, yeah. What do you think? What's your take on all of this in general?
About
I mean, like,
what specifically?
que je disais, par exemple, I mean, and actually, you were saying like we have the opportunity to like go higher in these positions and decide
Yeah, you
more
can.
about how things go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can. I mean, obviously, it's easy for me to say you can just do that and
You
change
white
it.
man.
No, but I'm just saying. Like we're talking about the makeup company. There's like
Yeah.
big ass companies. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to take on companies that have just so much more experience than you.
Yeah.
But like obviously, you can make.
Mhm.
You can get into positions where you can change that. Obviously,
Yeah, I
it's
can make my own business.
easier
Comme
said than
boss.
done. Obviously, but I feel like it's as much as like it's tailored towards you. I
Yeah.
feel like there's still like a want from you yourself to partake in that.
No, but I
So I
think
feel like
to an
there's,
extent, yeah,
I'm not
c'est vrai.
saying it's 50-50. Obviously, there's a lot more effort in advertisement and social media. Everybody wants to look a certain way. And
No, c'est
like,
vrai.
there's like
Yeah.
people women that are idolized because they look a certain
Yeah, no,
way.
c'est vrai.
But, that can be changed.
But like, I think in the argument of kind of like we still decide to partake in it, it's kind of like unconsciously we're kind of not forced to, but like there is a lot of shame. For example, if I decide never to wear makeup, I dress a bit more not as feminine. I might be like a bit more like to come bash about other people. Go, oh, you should wear certain things. I should look nicer for myself,
Mm-hmm.
right? So there is like a lot of outside shame that kind of, for example, like I was saying, people on social media. I feel like for them, their whole face, for example, is the whole branding. So for sure, there's kind of like a pressure to look nice every day. So let's say this influencer is not wearing makeup one day. People in the comments will be, oh, you look really
Yeah.
tired today.
I mean,
It kind of gets in your head, right, over
yeah,
time.
no, for sure.
So, and then, for example, I was reading about the Johnson and Johnson bankruptcy
Mm-hmm.
request. So basically, Johnson and Johnson, they have this product. I think we've all seen it in our lives, like the talc powders, baby powders.
Mm-hmm.
So it was this whole thing how let me see, yeah. So Johnson and has been for hundreds of years. I mean years. People have been using these products. It's targeted towards like I guess like babies and like women. People were using it on their bodies to smell good and everything. And then over time, people found out that there's like a high volume of talc, and that's comme carcinogenic.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, a lot of people got cancer from it, honestly. And the things like Johnson and Johnson, they knew. For example, they say use for outside use. But one thing they didn't say is that even if I use it outside my body on top, this thing can easily travel towards like my more intimate parts. And then,
If you get it on yourself, but
ouais,
it
par
doesn't
exemple, je le
affect the
mets
baby.
plus comme par-dessus ici.
Didn't affect the baby.
Yeah, I think same for babies too,
Okay.
honestly, but that's the thing, they kind of left un peu comme
But was it like a new formula? Because
no, it's been, I think now they've revised it, but for a long time they kind of knew, but they kind of like, they never made people aware, or because as a consumer, yes, we do our own research, but there's I felt like I'm not an expert on talc, on how much talc is dangerous in my products.
mm-hmm.
See, because it reminds me of the radium girls we were talking about last week. See, the companies kind of knew that there was high levels of radium, or like in the products they were using to make their watches.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't really say anything. It's like, oh, it's fine. It's a bit dangerous. So to that same extent, and then but what's interesting in that product is that for women's hygiene, I know for in general, I know it's interesting. There's a lot of products. I don't know if you knew, for example, the vagina is like self cleaning. Okay, so
Damn.
I don't have, if I put soaps and
Mm-hmm.
like products comme des affaires qui sentent bon là, honnêtement là, I'm fucking up my pH. C'est pas bon
Mm-hmm.
because it's literally just self washing. You just need water.
Shit.
Tu comprends?
Self cleaning.
Yeah, self clean. It's a washing machine. Like 20 minutes.
Change it to cold water.
Exact.
I want warm today.
Mais si tu check, par exemple, si tu vas, si on était parlé
Est-ce que
comme
ça met
au
du
Uniprix.
parfum, genre?
Ouais, mais si tu parfum, c'est pas bon. Mais si on allait par exemple au Uniprix, there's a whole section. I mean, I went recently and I was seeing there's a section where you see comme des vaporisateurs, or like
Mais yo.
des douches, comme. But it's interesting because
Il
they
y en
make
a
all these
qui...
products
Yo.
knowing that this
Yo.
part of our body is self-cleaning.
Yo, mais je suis sûr qu'il y en a qui ont besoin de,
Non, mais en général.
Their self-cleaning products is not sufficient.
Non, ça dépend comment tu te laves. Ça dépend c'est how your parents taught you how to wash yourself. It's different, Mais en général, there's always like been this. I think as women, there's always the shame of like how everything has to smell like flowers. So, for example,
Il y a des vieilles nunes ici.
Yo, these people be, bro.
Some of them need that.
And that goes into hygiene. That's different. That's like wash yourself properly. But for example, comme je disais, si there's like a certain like, for example, like female discharge is normal, right? And I think I remember seeing this thing how this woman had like her underwear, and then so if your pH is off, okay, or whatever, they're gonna be like a certain discharge. It might be different colors or whatever.
Mhm.
But the mucus is different for everyone, right? Mais c'est quand même santé. C'est juste, ça dépend que tu as mangé, comme everything. And I think her boyfriend was like, yeah, il montait sur TikTok, he was like, yo, check ça. Like, he made fun of her.
Okay, bro.
Because and then people were like, well, that's normal. That's female like anatomy. Comme ça, you have different colors of discharge. I think just going back on
le gars, lui,
yeah, that was weird on TikTok.
Le gars s'est dit, moi, je vais filmer les bobettes à ma femme
And
qui
then
ont
make fun
weird
of
discharge.
her.
I'm gonna put it on social media.
That's weird.
Yo, un gros jambon par ici.
But just going back on the Johnson & Johnson, I think what I'm alluding to is that it wasn't 100%. It was kind of like women were used it often to kind of cleanse the body to make it smell cleaner and everything. And then we put so much time and energy putting these things. And I think I remember seeing this documentary. This woman, she was raised her whole life. She was growing up in the 70s or something.
Mm-hmm.
And her mother always told her, "Oh, Missa, you're always gonna smell clean. Put it everywhere." And then I finished, she ended
The
up getting
Johnson and
cancer.
Johnson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the talc product, right? So again, the companies are they're promoting products for us comme de sens à nos bénéfices,
Yeah.
and then it ends up being the worst thing ever. And then Johnson and Johnson, someone they bitch, this y'all they trying to file for bankruptcy. They're like, "Yo, we have no money." But like the court was like, "Nah,
Hell no.
okay,"
Paying for it.
because they're trying to evade, I think, up to billions of dollars. I think they were saying, what is it? I think if they file for bankruptcy, yeah, they're set to pay more than $70 million to, and no, just one woman. One woman, they have to pay $70 million to one woman who was diagnosed with advanced ovarian cancer at 59.
Shit.
And then she was using baby powder in her underwear every day as a teenager because she was taught, no, it was a thing that it would make you feel fresh and clean. So, but it was very, very common back then, before all of this thing. So again, the company knowing that all of these things are not good, the product is done like the talk and everything. And then now so many other people have gotten cancer over that. So they do like I think millions and billions of dollars. So they tried to file for bankruptcy. The court was like, no, refuse. Thank you very much. So
I mean, I guess.
yeah. See, I just taught you a lot of things today.
70 million for giving people cancer. I mean,
Non, mais
poor
t'imagines
Johnson
un
and Johnson.
produit, genre,
God forbid they have to pay that.
yo,
C'est plate pour eux. ça.
Ça
And now
pour
they're
eux.
like, "Oh, we're gonna try to go bankruptcy, not pay it."
they're like, huh?
That's kind of that's
Oh, even here there's an ad, a Johnson and Johnson ad from 1988. It says, "For shower to shower, just a sprinkle a day keeps the odor away." So it was marketed towards women to be like, "You're gonna be clean if you use this thing. It makes me
That's
smell
crazy.
better." So clairement, they're in the wrong. They know they're in the wrong. So je dis, yo,
But you think they knew the product was?
they knew.
You know what it made me
knew.
think?
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever heard of
Yes.
there was a you know what syphilis is? It's like a disease.
Yeah.
So there was a test done in the 1930s, between
Mhm.
1930s and 1972, in a city called Tuskegee, Alabama.
Okay.
What happened is they gave like syphilis to people there, and then they tested out. They were saying like, we're gonna give you pills that's gonna help you out with this disease.
So they were like guinea pigs.
Yeah, on like actual people.
Wow. Yeah.
And I mean, it was mostly black people. So it was the 30s.
Of course.
And it was America.
Damn, bro.
There was no
You
love.
see?
And chicks.
Damn, I
I'm
can't
not
win.
laughing. You made me laugh.
I can't win.
I'm laughing because you're laughing. Please, guys. I'm an ally. No, mais tout ça pour dire, genre, yeah, so they gave him syphilis.
Yeah.
And they were like, we're going to give you pills to help you. But it was all placebos. And they knew that. And the main purpose of the study was to see what the effects of this disease is until you die.
Wow.
That was the whole point.
See?
The men were not informed of the nature of the experiment. More than 100 died as a result.
Wow. And then the black woman.
Yeah, so
this yes has nothing.
Literally, the purpose of the study was to observe the effects of the disease when untreated. Though by the end of the study, medical advancement meant it was entirely treatable. So they could have saved, but they were like, we want to
see how long does it take for you to die? How the effects long term. So you see? People say racism don't exist, bro. Yo. No, but see, that's so messed up. Just like not only we use like women are going to be used as like guinea pigs, but clairement, I think there was this thing I saw in China. So long story short, there was this man. He lives in like a rural area, China. I think he has like 8 kids. So I think he started a TikTok. People were like, yo, he has 8 kids. Oh my God, whatever. Such a good dad. And then one day, I don't know how it came about, but we found out that there was this woman that was chained in his house. And it was like basically the mother of the children. So they did the math. She had given birth to like a kid every 13, 14 months. The longest time she spent unpregnant was like 18 months. He was just busting babies into her like constantly, and she was like trapped there. She wasn't really able to like read properly. So I felt, and the messed up thing, I think they found out
That was in China?
That was in China.
Il y avait pas genre une loi où est-ce que c'est genre
mais,
2 kids maximum où il était genre yo.
Non, mais ça c'est comme.
This is
Now,
a statement against the
government. Now they
government.
reversed that, by the
When
way.
you think about it, that was a statement against the government.
Yeah, they reversed that, by the way. Now they want more children.
Si son avocat aurait utilisé cette excuse-là, he would have went away stock. But you were saying he was making babies non-stop.
Yeah. I mean, basically, she was being like detained. This whole thing. Puis à la fin, like, it came out how, like, I think his sentence was very low.
The guy got...
And it found out, like, turns out, let's say I was kidnapped, and then I was sold to you. Your sentence for buying me as a slave is like super, super low. And then people found out how, I think it was this also, because it was this comparison how, let's say owning or killing a panda is worth more than detaining like a kidnapped woman. So people say, this is how much la vie d'une femme is worth. I mean, it's like another, that's just an example.
Can I just be devil advocate?
Yes.
Who's going extinct though?
Fair enough.
Who's going extinct? Is it women? Or is it pandas?
How cute is a panda on a
Isn't there like 2-to-1 women to men comparison in the world?
Fair enough.
Now we're talking about panda women.
No. But it's messed up,
It is messed up.
La vie de panda is worth more than a woman's life, So I think that applies to. There's so many cases around the world. I can name thousands where like women's life is just not considered as important to anything else. So I think as a Black woman too, it's even worse. And then these things don't change. I know. I think Black women has a higher rate of dying while giving birth in the U.S. than any other type of woman, any other races. And you know why?
No.
Because as a Black woman, we're seen to having a higher pain tolerance. And they did this whole study, but we're seen to having we're seen to be having bigger pain tolerance, to seem a bit more like tougher. So they're less likely to giving Black women I forget the name of the thing that they mix like I guess like numbing the pain of the pregnancy or something. Or just like when it goes to healthcare,
like a drug, yeah.
All of these things,
numbing,
yeah, or like all of these factors, like healthcare or whatever. We're less likely to get all these services, all of these opportunities.
Moi, je vais être là, si jamais. Moi, je vais dire aux gens,
you're watching.
Check sa face, bro. You see how ugly she is? She's crying right now, bro. She's not good.
That's my baby.
You need to shoot right now. I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but I need to see some drugs.
Right now.
I don't know what you need to do, but
right now.
Trust me.
If I'm giving birth, in general, whoever my partner is, if I'm giving birth, I'm making you watch. Are you gonna be with me the 18 hours I'm in labor? You put this shit in me, you're watching me give birth.
C'est correct. Si tu m'aurais donné le choix, moi j'aurais fait, non, c'est pas nécessaire.
No,
but if you want me to be there, I'll be
there.
there.
You gotta call me. I'm starting my game though. Like, how's it going? 20 minutes? Yeah.
I won't be able to look at your vagina the same way. Genre Vietnam flashbacks, bro.
You put it in.
I'm gonna be in
You're
bed.
watching it.
Yes, flashback. Wake up in the middle of the night, PTSD.
Can you imagine the trauma of me pushing out a baseball, like a watermelon-sized baby, bro? Can you imagine, bro?
Why do I have to see this?
Yes. I don't know against pregnancy, but yeah, Black women in general, we're considered as less of, and it's pretty messed up. Tu comprends? Puis c'est pas que c'est rien de nouveau. And
speaking of objectified women, and women not getting equal rights, did you see Leonardo DiCaprio is going out with a 19-year-old?
I'm not surprised. This man, where are your parents? Because mon père, I mean,
it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy that somebody made out the chart.
Of course, it
the
was
chart
Reddit.
Kills me.
Reddit made it, of course.
Look at that work, bro.
No, man.
It's even like aesthetically pleasing.
It is, This is a whole thesis. This is my thesis. My master's
if
thesis.
it was like if this was like a team's meeting, I would be paying attention to this slide. I was like, that's interesting.
So basically, there's a whole chart. I mean, we'll put a picture below of Leonardo's age and in a chart in contrast to the girls he's dating. So his age goes up this way, and the girl's age kind of just like, like, stable to like around the 20s. And the highest girlfriend he's ever had, the oldest, has been 25, and that's her aging to the age of 25.
Yeah.
So again, I think at the youngest, at 98, when he was 24, he was already dating an 18-year-old, which is kind of weird. 24 ans, 18 ans, limite. And then it just goes on, on and on. On and on. But in general, he's always had at least a 6 years gap between all of his girlfriends, ever since 24. And it's only being like increased that gap has only increased over the
Yeah.
years.
I mean, I like he broke the mold.
Also, other
He
women
broke
are like,
off the trend. He's an outlier now. If you look at the two trend lines, you know he
yeah.
was going straight. This one is going
I know,
like
but she
this, up
just
and
age.
down.
Crazy. I feel like
He
the
just broke
contract
off.
is only to 25.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I have to let it go.
exactly.
You know what's interesting? His girlfriends all look the same. I feel like very blonde white woman,
Yeah,
which is nothing wrong because that's his type. But
he
it's like,
knows what he wants. Well, I guess.
I mean, how do you feel about age gaps in general? Like, I feel like that's kind of weird.
I don't know. It depends. We have an age gap, but I feel like if.
No, our age gap is not that big.
But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
let's say. I mean, I don't know. I guess if we feel the same,
I know,
if we're
but
like the
like,
same type of
would you
vibe,
feel comfortable? Okay, right now you're 28.
yeah,
Would you feel comfortable dating an 18-year-old?
nah,
That's kind of weird, right?
no.
I mean,
But let's
that
say,
yeah.
that's fucked up.
Yeah.
But let's say I'm 40, she's 30.
No, that's different. Yeah.
See?
No,
But it's the same age gap.
I think what happens is
It's
that
the same age gap.
no, it is. But I think the difference is that you reach a certain age. I think when they say like your brain stops developing 25. At 25, you're into yourself as a person. T'as comme évolué. But I think if I'm comparing myself now as a 26-year-old to when I was 16, my brain, everything I'm thinking is so much more different. I want to come. I think my decisions, and again, not saying like younger people can't make decisions for themselves, but just more like it's how will I have been able to know at 16 what I really really wanted compared to now? I feel like it's very different. I haven't lived enough life to be able to determine things, or from a certain point of view.
Mm-hmm.
So 18 to like a 30-year-old is very very different. And then
100%.
for him, basically, Leonardo DiCaprio, his limit is like, if your brain starts developing, I can't have you no more. So that's basically, it feels like that's what's happening.
I get the optics kind of don't make sense, but if he's not doing anything sketchy.
No, but I know,
and I don't know, right? I don't know the dude. I'm just looking at a chart.
I know, but
on insider.com
true,
that was made for a Redditor.
Yeah, the girls are in their 20s, they're adults. It's still
messed up.
It's still weird.
If I like, let's say, just about one of my friends does that at age 40, I'd be like, yo, son,
okay,
you good?
Again, they're in their 20s.
You want to talk about something?
They're like allowed. It's still kind of like, I don't know. I got kind of a bit icky. And for me, wherever the direction, remember the actor we had seen in the movie Bullet Train? And he had married his wife at 18 or something.
Which one?
The white actor.
Keep describing. You can don't stop there.
He had the hair. Lui, j'avais vu this guy. And then he had married his wife. He's 32 now, and his wife, I think, let me see, is Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
And it was this whole thing. Again, it's only less weird because it's like roles reverse. It's like he's a younger man dating an older woman.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I think that's what gave it more attention, because he was a man compared to a woman. But in general, he's 31 now, 32, and his wife is 55.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that their age difference is 23 years, and then he started dating her when he was 19 and she was 42. Roles reverse, it's still weird. I feel it's a peu comme.
But you know how it is.
It's still kind of weird.
All men
it's
were
weird.
like, nice.
That's weird, man.
Nice.
I'm sorry, man.
Nah,
Whatever your age.
Yeah, it is.
From one, like, I think if you're over 25, I'm gonna shut up. I'm not gonna say anything. Under 25, it's a bit bizarre,
But sometimes you gotta do it,
No, like
for example, je vais donner un exemple,
yes.
ok? Je sais pas si je t'ai déjà raconté l'histoire.
Yes.
But the first time I went to Cuba,
yes,
j'avais rencontré une femme là-bas.
Mm-hmm.
I was 18.
Mm-hmm.
She was 32. Is
It's
that weird?
us.
Is
It's
that
fucking
weird? Is
It's
that weird?
fucking weird.
Is that weird?
It's illegal.
Because I consented.
I would have called the cops.
I was fully aware of what was
You
going to happen.
consent.
I was like,
You're 18.
we didn't go in a relationship for like 45 years.
But let's say it's your kid right now. You have a kid.
En plus,
Let's say it's a girl. She's 18, and then she meets a 30-year-old. But just because it's a woman. Rose, you're a patriarchy.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. It's fucking bizarre. Excuse me.
I don't care.
I think for me, the biggest thing with the age gaps, I think especially when we were on, like, I met you on the apps. My limit has always been specifically.
We were both
at
each other's limit.
Yeah.
I was your upper, you were my lower.
Yeah. If you were any higher, honnêtement, you wouldn't even be on the chart that I put on.
Mm-hmm.
And same for me. Si j'étais plus jeune, I wouldn't even appear on your
Après, je suis
profile.
arrivé, t'as fait ouh. Ouf.
I was like, you're lucky. 'Cause t'as la
Laval
limite.
en
Yeah.
plus.
By the way, my limit is like 3 years. And I think for me specifically, again, it might change if I'm like in my 30s or whatever, but I think for me specifically, especially in your 20s, you can be at very different parts of life, for example.
Why is it gonna change?
I think that for
It
me, it's
doesn't
like,
matter. You're gonna be with me for the rest of your life.
c'est drôle, toi. I have other side people.
Hell
You don't need
no,
to know my
bro.
things. Yeah, it's bizarre. But I think for me, the biggest thing
This
is
podcast
like,
is over. This is your own opinion. The podcast is over.
all the income goes to me.
I mean,
Because, for example, I think for me, it's more like,
it will.
let's say we had a 10-year gap. I'm 26 and you were 36.
Mm-hmm.
What probably a common thing would be, for example, let's say at 36 you're ready for children. You know, I'm in my 30s, and I'm still 26. I'm not ready for children. So I feel like that would be an example of something that we're just at different parts of our lives. So I'm still like trying to figure out my things, and that's comme déjà après. For me, that's basically it. I feel like for me, a 3-year age gap, we're very similar and we're growing at the same pace. But I feel weird being 21, je suis comme encore au cégep or university, you know, or starting off, and then you're in your master's and you're doing like a second PhD, t'as comme 35 ans. Again, we're such at different spots in life, and then our viewpoints are so different because you've had 15 years on top of me. So for me, that's the biggest thing. Again, t'es un adulte, you can date whoever you want, I don't care.
Mais
I just say,
il y a des gars qui aiment ça. Il y a des gars qui aiment ça, puis il y a des femmes qui aiment ça.
C'est vrai. But I do feel under 25, I feel like it's a bit.
Est-ce que in your high school, was there ever this random ass girl that had like a boyfriend that was like,
Toujours.
t'es comme, yo, tu vas même pas à l'école ici. Pourquoi t'es là pendant la récré, bro? Qu'est-ce que tu fais ici, bro?
Think about it.
Who comes to school on the day off?
Imagine.
That was the thing that always pissed me off. Yo, t'es même pas à l'école ici. Qu'est-ce que tu fais ici?
Imagine now, you're 28 and you're dating a 17-year-old. Tu vas passer à son secondaire. Imagine ça.
Bro.
Yo, huh?
Genre, tu te parques dans le parking des enseignants. Genre, t'es quoi? T'es un père, bro? T'es un parent, mais qu'est-ce que tu fais ici?
Yo, and other kids will be like, hey, ton chum a 28 ans.
Vous allez quoi? Vous allez au dépanneur chercher un slutty, bro? Vous avez quel âge, bro?
T'as payé la slutch, man? T'as payé de
C'est ça, tu fais une heure de l'après-midi, bro?
Yo, t'imagines, man? Yo, again, do what you want, but that's fucking weird. Tu vas passer à son secondaire, allô, comme, it's cool for her or for him, right? Mais, I mean, si t'es mon ami and you're dating a 17-year-old, j'entends comme, yo, you good, man?
If like I'm a father and I get like wind of a situation like this happening,
I'm calling the cops on you.
Moi, je step up real quick. Now I ain't calling no cops.
I'm calling the cops on you.
Yo, moi, je m'en vais te parler real quick. It's gonna be better than the cops.
And I think that gap too is even worse when you're under 20. Let's say again the 3-year gap, de 15 ans à 18 ans. I feel like when you're in your teens, that's the 2-3-year gap makes a big difference. Mettons comme 3-year gap de 26 à 29, okay, or 3-year gap 13 to 16. Isn't that weird? I feel like for me, 16-year-old, t'as comme 54.
My rule is you have to be like in the same school.
Same school, but
pas same school, mais comme same level of education.
Ouais, yeah.
Si je suis à l'université au cégep.
Ça dépend. You know, comme ça dépend de l'année et tout, mais yeah, right. I think under 20 in your teens, just like you said, the same level of schooling. For me, that would be like the rule of thumb. Mettons, sur la 4-5, ma limite, you know, but si t'as comme 13 ans, tu seras dans 1,
ça compte pas si tu t'arrêtes doublé 6 fois, tu comprends ce que je veux dire?
Yeah, it's different.
À un moment donné, il va aller le coup d'adulte, bro.
No shame, parce que comme, si t'as comme 28, peut-être comme, I'm still comme ce gars-là, t'es comme, okay, well, she's still 13, but did you ever know?
Tu travailles pendant l'heure du dîner, genre? Tu travailles dans la cuisine, bro. Part-time job.
Again, nothing wrong, but comme, if you're like 19 and your girlfriend is like 13, would that be sus for you?
De quoi?
See, have you ever seen that in your school? Like, en secondaire 1 dating a secondaire 5 or something?
Ouais.
Back then, you didn't really process it, right? Mais c'est bizarre, là. Secondaire 5 avec secondaire 1?
Moi, je me rappelle, j'avais fait secondaire 5, secondaire 3. Ça, c'est correct.
Pour moi, ça, c'est limite. Honnêtement, secondaire 5, ça, c'est limite. Pour moi, c'est fine. That's fine.
I was still young.
That could be like a year and a half, you know, depending on your age, you know, your birthdays and everything. That could be a year and a half.
C'était dans la même école, tu comprends?
Ouais. Pour moi, ça, c'est ma limite. I think secondaire...
If we're in the same building, c'est chill.
Ouais. But again, I think, you know, when you're a kid, tu go, hey, comme secondaire 5, it feels so much older than you. I feel like it's more jarring quand tu es secondaire 3, secondaire 5, secondaire 5, secondaire 4, tu comprends? Again, ça marche, c'est limite. Yeah,
it is what it is.
But would you date a secondaire 1, secondaire 5?
Mais en même temps, Mais je pense pas. Mais en même temps, c'est comme t'es still un kid, là.
C'est ça, a kid, but c'est comme 17 ans, puis you're pushing 18, and then this girl is like 12 ans, elle sort des primaires, là.
Je veux même pas penser à ça, ok?
You know, good. Don't think about it.
You know what I mean?
Mais ça, c'est...
Get
it can
me out of here,
weird.
yo.
It can get
We're
weird
never
if
gonna get sponsors if this is the
they're
topics
right.
you grab.
Disney prends ça, ça.
How did we get here?
They know. Oh no, Leonardo DiCaprio. That's what he's doing.
I should have cut you off 5 minutes ago.
Too far. Yo, Leonardo, yeah, he's tripping. That's what I'm saying. Now, he's 50 years old. He's dating a 19-year-old. That's the pill. That's the worst he's had. So, you guys can tell us in the comments if it's weird. I think it's weird.
Apparently, they're happy, so...
Elle fait 19 ans, bro. Again, I'm not saying she doesn't know what she wants, mais elle a 19 ans.
No.
You know, elle est vraiment jeune. It's kind of weird. And again, she, for sure, she and the parents, the same parents that would be like pushing their kids on like casting calls. Yo, doesn't matter what they say, just do it. You know, just come the clout and everything. You need better parents, man. Comme mes parents m'auraient snap sur moi. Là. I was like, dang it, 50-year-old. Yo, maintenant, même à mon âge, mes parents ont dit, what? So, yeah, it's weird. The chart is a good chart. I hope they update it. They haven't updated for 2023. I think it will only get worse. Well, and then what other topic did we put in there? It was qu'est-ce que tu regardes?
C'est juste la blase qui beef avec les gens sur Twitter.
Because no, le blase, because groceries are expensive. And then
No, mais check out. Yo, food prices are higher in our stores because the manufacturers who make the products are charging more for them. It's easy to blame grocers for higher grocery prices, but on $100 grocery bill, we make less than $4 profits.
I know, but they could have just...
C'est ça, tu peux juste genre... You know what I mean?
Who is the social media manager?
Bro, what are you explaining to me? Business? Think I'm stupid?
La force, c'est que I understand how prices are getting higher in other parts. You know, make it, en général, comme, if they're a fournisseur, he has to charge more for the eggs, and then, long term.
But at the same time, you know what love blows? Yeah, say with your chest, bro. Say with your chest. Let people know.
We want to make profit.
Tu vas faire quoi?
Exactement. But they should just not say anything.
Tu vas faire quoi?
Sounds stupid. Like, que la fin, yes, je comprends the prices are going higher in demand, just in everything, in terms of all the logistics and like how they get their products. But at the end of the day, they're still making profit out of this. So everybody knows what's happening. They should just said nothing. And then,
well, but I mean, like I'm saying, like at the same time, they're allowed to say that.
Oui.
They said we took a stand. So basically, this dude Ted McQuay. Imagine you work in you work for Loblaws companies. You're working in marketing department. You manage the community on social media for the Loblaws company's Twitter account, and you see Ted McQuay mentions you, right? Yes, you just clocked in. It's Friday. It's Friday after.
It's
Friday afternoon. You're working from home. You took a drink because it's Friday 3 p.m. Then you see somebody. Loblaws took a dry January on price gouging so they could go on a absolute bender in February. So he's like kind of talking shit. That he's like, yo, you're gonna make all this money. Are you gonna write back to him like, yo, fuck you, Ted McQuay?
Yo, Monday.
Yo, bro, why don't you put your own face as the logo? Why is it? C'est quoi ça? C'est qui ça? C'est Spock ça?
It's him, no?
Mais non, c'est pas genre un bonhomme Star Trek.
What? I don't know. I don't watch Star Trek. Wait, what?
No, bah, c'est un affaire Star Trek. Là.
Oh, Vivi, the guy with the bangs. You can say about Jet Li, basically, with like pointier ears.
And Loblaws was like, yo, fuck your bitch. So I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker.
Yo, damn. We're not getting sponsored, though.
You said West Side.
Arrête.
Fuck you and you fuck your whole other crew.
Like you said, in general, the prices are higher. They should just not say anything. I feel they don't have to fight every fight. Just let it be. Because it doesn't work. Like a multi-million dollar company. En même temps, aussi la place, c'est tellement cher. Moi, je suis Super C, bro. La place et Provigo, c'est cher. You know, if you're shopping there, then you're balling, bro.
Yeah. You have some time left if you want to talk about la STM, bro.
Yeah, STM.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe, bro?
By the way, so as you guys know,
we're not sponsored by la STM,
exactly. We're STM.
We're never gonna expect your sponsorship.
STM and STL. Not doing well.
No. Ouais, c'est vrai.
They're not doing well, we're not. But in general, I was in the metro the other day. I was at Station Sherbrooke. I was dropping off like an art piece. I get to the metro, I go down the stairs, and I'm waiting on the platform with everyone else. And then this worker comes, she's like walking around like on a platform, and you can tell she's like looking for something. And she's holding a mic. And then she goes to me, she's like, allô madame, avez-vous vu une poignée rouge? I'm just
Mhm.
like, Nani? What? J'étais comme, no. And I was like, that's so specific. I've never
Mhm.
seen that. Like, and I was like, no. And then she's like, okay, okay. And then she kind of backs up a bit. She kind of keeps looking around. She's not really talking to anyone or anything. And she goes back to me. Êtes-vous sûr, il n'y a pas un monsieur qui est passé, qui vous a donné une poignée rouge, que vous marchez alentour? Je suis comme, what? J'ai dit, I just got here. I didn't speak to anything. I've been on this platform for like 5 minutes. I just want to go to my destination, at this point.
Mhm.
And I kind of come, OK, OK. And then she's like, well, apparemment, dans la caméra, vous avez vu qu'un monsieur vous a donné une poignée rouge. J'étais comme, what? What? I was like,
I would have asked to see the footage.
honestly, come in
But
hindsight,
continue.
yeah.
Continue.
And I just keep telling her, no, you've already asked me. We're like, no. And then she's like, okay, okay. And then the lady kind of just like makes an announcement to everyone. OK, mais on peut pas démarrer le métro sur la poignée rouge, une poignée rouge qui manque. Laissez-nous savoir si vous l'avez vu. And then the message in the metro goes on saying il y aura une interruption de service. And I'm just like, okay. And then the thing is that's awkward because at this point, the lady kept talking to me, right? So everybody else is looking at me. So I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I did something bad and I didn't do anything. So it's kind of awkward. And then at this point, the thing service was kind of taking a while. So I was calling my friend to tell him, okay, I'll be like, a bit late. So come, don't get out too fast, so I don't make you wait. And then as I was on the phone talking to my friend, the STM, like police people, they're gonna come down the stairs, and there's like one guy, and I'm talking on the phone, he's beside me.
Mhm.
I'll call you back. And then Monsieur comes to me and he's like, oh, bonjour, tu sais, on cherchait comme une poignée rouge. I'm wondering if you had it. J'étais comme, I already said no, I don't have it. Puis comme, OK, mais on avait vu la caméra, comme quelqu'un me l'a donné. Puis j'étais comme, no, like, what the fuck? You guys is asking me this question. What's happening? And then after he asks me if I would mind like opening my bag, like shaking it, so you can look through. And I'm like, okay, I yield. I was like, okay, I guess. And at this time, I am, because I have this thing, I would say it's a mix of like, it was so ridiculous, I couldn't help but laugh.
Yeah.
But I also have this thing where like, if I'm nervous, I would kind of go into like a nervous laughter, kind of, but like, I don't know, it's like unconsciously, right? And he checked my bag, he was like, okay, and then he kind of just like left. I know my friend did ask me if he had apologized. I don't really remember if he went that into me. He might have been okay, well, okay, bye, but I don't think it was like that. He went really into like it, actually. And then after he left,
En plus, c'est les agents de la STM, bro.
Yeah.
Les gars, ils pensent que c'est des vrais policiers, bro. Just because, ils sont habillés en noir, ils ont leur petit veston, la petite patch. Bro, get the fuck out of here, bro.
No, I don't have the poignée
Bro,
rouge.
va retourner dans ta petite salle de café, bro, puis calice, bro.
I'm not gonna.
You're not the real cops, bro.
But what do you think? I mean, because I told my parents about it. Actually, I think I told like 2-3 people about it. I also wanted to get their take on it. Like, is it odd? And then I think you had mentioned to me like, maybe it was like racial profile, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
No,
I mean, I remember like a similar scenario. Like, I mean, I don't know, maybe it was racially profiled, but like, I remember one time je m'en allais dans le métro, puis ça c'était les agents de la STL. Maybe it was real police, I don't remember. Tu sais, ils s'assemblent tous là. And they were like, I was going to go to school or going to work, I don't remember. Mais j'étais à quartier. Genre, peux-tu voir tes pièces d'identité? Je suis comme, pourquoi? Ils sont genre, we're looking for a person that fits your description. And I was like, ben ça tombe bien. Bitch, like, then he looks like me. Hein?
Oh, wow.
That's cool. I can't confirm if that's true or not.
Yeah.
He's like, mais ça tombe bien.
Oh, ouais.
And I remember I was like, I gave him the car. I was like, fais ça quick. Il faut que je prenne le métro, il faut que j'aille faire mon. It was an exam.
Okay, so I have to go.
Bro, casse-moi pas les couilles. Like, if I miss the metro, I'm like 15 minutes late.
Yeah.
And then that's it. He checked my shit. But like, I yield too, but it's like.
Well, like, at this point, it's like.
Is it worth it to make a scene?
Yeah, it's hard because like.
You could have.
Yeah, because honestly, I had I think one person was telling me that they would have given a bit more attitude. But c'est vrai, en général, I could have been like,
of course.
Ouais.
Yeah.
No, and I would have been in the right. I would have been like, yo, pourquoi tu me donnes des questions comme 80 times? I already said no. My mom was really like, upset about it. My mom was like, yo, what did I was asking you? And even like after the Asian had left, this like man came beside me and he's like a Haitian man. He was talking. He was like, yo, what are they asking you? That's racist. But come, is it? So I think that's what I started getting in my head. I was like, oh, is it like racial profiling? Like, what's really happening? I just googled like racial profile. I mean, in general, I feel like maybe
Non, vas-y, continue.
mais j'allais dire comme maybe it's like my mindset is a bit too naive, but like I don't want to always go through that this is gonna be like a race related like thing, right? Well, maybe I should consider that a bit more. I don't know, but
I would have been curious to see the footage.
Yeah, honestly,
Moi, j'aurais fait, tu sais quoi? Moi, ça me dérange pas de te montrer mon sac.
Yeah.
I just want you to show what you saw.
Yeah, honestly.
If it looks like me, I'll show you my
exactly.
shit.
In hindsight, I should have asked.
But at the same time,
what did you see? Was it black jacket? What did you see?
Yeah.
Black shoes? What is it?
But if the person looks like just like you, like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
You can check my shit.
But in general, I was wearing just a big black jacket. But I wasn't wearing, if I was wearing like a big orange jacket, it's like, that's really specific, right? But I was wearing something black. Everyone else on the platform has pretty common color. So.
Mais la poignée sert à quoi? That's the real mystery. La poignée sert à quoi, man?
You know what? Because when
this is the door for the nuclear reactor we got at the station.
In my head, quand un passager m'a demandé des questions, he was asking me, he's like, what are they asking you? And he was saying, if it was that important, why did they wait till now to look for it? You know? So c'est vrai. I think it's...
Il y a un crackhead à quelque part qui a volé une poignée.
But what is it? See, in hindsight, I would have asked them...
C'est une poignée rouge.
Yeah, so it's a
It's important. It's important. It's an important knob.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
You know, c'est pour les freins, bro.
Yo, I think we need to expose this story. We need to figure out what happened.
Yo, appel TVA, bro. I want it now. I know what...
That's going to be our... we have an announcement. We're going to have a documentary on Netflix entitled The Red Knob. The Red Door Handle. It's a true crime documentary.
Yes.
In a style of...
on true crime?
We have the footage from the interview.
Exactly.
Your face.
It's a bit like music.
Yeah. Exactly.
But je sais pas, like in hindsight, yeah, I think, I mean, I do wonder if I had been like, no, I'm not showing my bag, which I easily would have been in the right of. I wonder if they would have fought with me a bit more, if they would have been.
You know, that's the fun part about policing. It's like, you're doomed if you do, you're doomed if you don't.
Right?
Well, if you have nothing to hide, just open your shit.
Exactly. I think that was
maybe
my
I
response,
don't have to open your stuff.
Exactly.
It's like, well, now you're being argumentative.
Yes.
It's like okay, man.
Now you're going to jail. It's like, what?
And it's just because of that, after the fact, not of stuff that happened before, just the stuff that happened after the fact that we asked you something. Now, just based on that, you become even bigger suspect.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't get no new research, you know?
Yeah, because my mom was saying, for example, I mean, my parents had different views. My mom was saying what you shouldn't show them, and my dad was like, well, she has nothing to hide, right? And I do see like, I don't know, I think in the moment, I'm like, whatever, it's not that deep, but like, I think it's interesting for me to have like a different point of view.
Moi, je vais envoyer courriel à la STM.
I do it.
Je vais faire, I'm going to create a fake Gmail account. I'm going to send them an email to stm@info.com. Exactly. I got your red handle.
Although STM, I will accept a 1-year free pass.
I got information about the red handle.
Yeah, thank you.
C'est quelle station?
Sherbrooke en plus.
Okay. À la station Sherbrooke. That's going to be a TikTok clip. On va tag STM.
We're going to go investigate and be like...
We got the red handle.
Can we do a reenactment? Dramatization? Like...
Moi, je vais m'habiller avec comme l'agent, bro.
Awesome. And then, like, and then I said, you know, CNN, call me. I'm waiting to talk. Expose the story.
This is you have until Wednesday.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't know because we don't post the podcast. We have until Wednesday, exactly. Or this story is going on the air.
You're too late. We're exposing this now.
As you're hearing it.
Yeah. No, ça, je dis, en général, c'est whack, là. I think my biggest thing overall, I don't have a beef, you know, like with them or anything, but I think where I should have stood my ground a bit more is like I had already said to 2 people more than like 3-4 times, like more than 4 times, I don't have this. So I think for me, it kind of set me into this loop where I was like, yo, am I like a child where like when I say something, you're not listening and you keep making me repeat? Because at this point, I'm a 26-year-old. I'm an adult,
at the same time, you know? Let's say, obviously, but let's say your job is like security, let's say, and like you see on the camera, and I'm just hypothetically somebody that fits your description, got something that belongs to them, and then that person asks you, and il s'en va voir les sécurités, dit, ouais, but she said she doesn't have it. Bro, check la caméra, c'est elle, bro. Tu vois? Ok, je vais y aller, je vais demander tout seul. Ça sert à rien, Jeannette. Je t'ai demandé d'ouvrir son sac.
Moi, je suis ma poutine, bro.
Je t'en pose, tabarnak.
Damn, okay, I'll hit you up later. You know?
Tu vois, je veux dire.
Non, c'est vrai. Ben, j'ai dit, that's why I said that. I would have been in the right if I said no. J'ai dit, yo, call this.
I saw a
I'm
video
just
that
two
was super
cents.
sad. It was
Yeah.
like a guy on TikTok, and I guess I don't know if it's him posting it, but some people were saying, and it's TikTok. There's a lot of people saying stuff in the comments,
It's
so I won't
TikToks.
even go into that. But I'm just gonna say it's a video
Yeah.
of him. He's like a security guard at like a grocery, and he saw a woman when like some like his quelqu'un qui travaille qui check les caméras lui a dit this woman stole like a container of meat in her purse. So he went to go see her. She was like at the cash ready to leave. He's like, yo, man, like, can you come here? I want to make a scene. Blah, blah. Il parle super calme. Super calme avec la personne. Puis il dit, I need to see your bag. Because like this, somebody told me they saw you on the camera to take your food. And you put the food in the purse. And she started like arguing, no, no, no. But he's like, yo, like, I just need you to open a purse.
If you don't do anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just want you to open the purse and like make sure that there's nothing there. And then ended up arguing. And then at the end, he was like, okay, if like I put it back, like if everything's gonna be fine, it's like, yeah, I just want you to put the food back. So
Oh, so she did have it. Okay, well.
yeah, and he's like, there's not gonna be any issues, just give it back.
Yeah, because you haven't left the story yet, so like,
Yeah.
who cares? Yeah.
And what ended up happening is, yeah, it was so sad because there was more stuff in there. And the meat she took, it was like, tu sais, la viande qui est super pas chère, like the stew meat or like the stuff that are super cheap.
Comme really like more like un peu plus de n'importe quoi dedans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. It was that there was a can of beans. She stole a can of beans. It's we're talking about $1.29.
Yeah.
And she stole that. But she ended up having like a whole grocery stuff. So it's like, it's don't steal. But at the same time, sad because it's like, she's not even like she's stealing filet mignon, you know what I mean?
No, c'est comme
it's like it's a can. We talk about a can of beans and like a pepper.
Yeah.
So well.
Mais c'est ça qui est triste, c'est comme, I mean, just in terms of like groceries, comme, c'est cher, you know? And then it's easy to just be like, no, it's that. I mean, you can go to the cheapest place. You can go again. I feel like Super C would be kind of like in terms of like Metro, Super C, Super C kind of like it's more affordable in terms of like the products they have. Même à ça, c'est vraiment cher, you know. And then not everyone is the same position to be able to afford it. And like I said, it's sad, right? It's like yeah, no, it's sad. Yeah, so I don't know, bro, but. You know, hopefully, le blast, man, took a shally, man, donne l'argent, do more, man. No, honestly, stop defending yourself. You're not gonna win this. Like,
yeah. And if I,
yes.
Mon cœur est pour Laval, man. Pour les familles, man.
Yeah.
Man, that thing was so sad. Like it's crazy. Like I can't imagine, man. Just like you bringing your kids à la garderie, bro, and then somehow you find out, like, bro, un autobus qui est rentré dedans, man. Like,
and also, it's like, I think for me, what hurts more is knowing that it's premeditated. For me, it's like, a freak accident is a freak accident, you know? Ça arrive.
Le gars est rentré dans un cul-de-sac, tu comprends?
Ouais, c'est ça.
You get to enter into the driveway and keep driving. Like, il n'y a pas un arrêt là-bas.
Yeah, and it's like, purposely knowing where it would hit hard. It's like he didn't hit like le poteau à l'avant l'entrée. He knew like that window would be where there's a classroom and he may hit that. And I think like, again, things, you know, there's tragedies happening all over, but I think when it's really close to home, then I realized like, damn, like, I don't know, it's really messed up. Especially like, you know, even if you don't have kids, you know, we know children that at this young age. You know, so it's really messed up.
It's crazy, man. I hope the dude gets.
I mean, I don't know where is he.
I hope.
Where is he now?
You know, sometimes in situations like this, I don't know how it works. I've never done like any major crimes. Never went to court and was faced with years and going to jail. But like, I hope they send him to like many years into a jail where like, where like you would tell other inmates, oh, this guy did that. You know what I mean? And then
that bus is.
And then he gets what's his name? Look like Jeffrey Epstein. You know what I mean? Camera was off.
Yeah.
Something we lost him, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
You know, just like Joe Pesci and Goodfellas. You know, he's not with us no more.
There's no proof.
There's nothing we could do about it.
But
it is what it is. He's gone.
I think I'm still trying to figure out the motive. Like again, there's been rumors, you know, that he had like a partner in there, or like there's rumors that he had a partner that dumped him, and that was his revenge.
TikTok.
No. I mean, just in general, I've heard that there was even another rumor that he had his kids in there or her kids, and he wanted to like, you know, do. I don't know, but I don't know. I know there's always truth that comes from any rumor. So maybe at the base, it's something. All we know, c'est que c'est prémédité. So it was like first degree. So it's not too far-fetched that maybe he knew someone in there where he wanted to do something bad and horrible. Like I said, like honestly, like so much love to like the parents, because that's very hard.
And the
But
kids,
the
the
kids, the
people,
children,
who are came out unscathed, them as well. There's obviously gonna be trauma because of that. So I hope they get better and
yeah.
they get through it.
No, honestly, no.
That's the most important.
Mm-hmm.
And for everybody, just hopefully everybody gets better mentally.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not easy.
No, yeah, it's not easy exactly. But I think
It's a
it was
crazy situation
refused.
to be a part.
But I think it was refused that it was like a mental. He was like not mentally stable. I think c'est comme it might have just been like he's good in all sense of the way. Puis je fais ça comme par malice,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
That's like I don't know all the
as much as
details,
I don't
yeah.
think that, just final topic, but like as much
Yeah.
as I don't personally believe in like
Mhm.
pleading insanity
Mhm.
for certain things, like you driving into a specific building.
Ouais, ça c'est comme, ouais, ça c'est spécifique, là. C'est pas par hasard. Okay, I
You're
understand. I
not
understand what you mean.
normal 100%.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I give you that. But you will pay the full price. You're not gonna.
No, je comprends. I know what you mean. There's
Just
like
even just go
there's
to
like levels of like where you can
So
plead
go,
insanity.
yeah, you're
for.
right. You are crazy.
But some I know a lot of
You're liable.
I know that. Remember when sometimes you will watch those videos, the psychological videos, comme plus que comme like there's like this murder
Like
or
dreading and
something.
stuff.
Yeah, and then the people will try to purposely plead insanity. And that's really messed up because for the people that are actually suffering of these things, they make it, they make other people. Let's say a person is pleading insanity for like, that was no reason, but just for the sake of they want a lesser sentence. The people that are actually struggling with that on mental health, people makes it like we believe them less, right? Mais en général, again, I don't know where he's at. I don't know what's the details. I hope. I don't know, man. It's really messed up, honestly. Yeah.
I hope when he gets to prison, people know what his sentence was for.
Yeah. I think. I want to find out more about the motive, but
So,
yeah, it's yeah. And I guess we can end this note. Like again, rest in peace. So like all the children are just like I hope everybody's able to push through. I guess the community. It brings the community together overall.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Laval rien, baby. Laval rien, man.
Yeah.
Stay strong, Laval, man.
Yeah.
Stay
honestly.
strong.
And I hope that you guys have like a good rest of your week.
Yeah.
And
hit the like button.
Yeah.
Share this.
Yeah. In general, yeah.
That's it, baby.
Yeah. I kind of I'm sad now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
When you were playing that record, what were you thinking?